Thank you for your interest in the OCPC Main Street Brockton Corridor Study. This presentation will summarize the potential recommended corridor improvements as a result of the study. The purpose of the study is threefold: to develop short-term and long-term improvement projects, to improve traffic circulation, safety, and mobility for all roadway users, including walkers, bicyclists, transit users, cars, and trucks, and to coordinate the proposed improvements with ongoing economic development and land use changes. The study began in 2019 with data collection occurring in late 2019, early 2020. Meetings with stakeholders occurred in early 2020, with a public workshop taking place in February of 2020 to garner input from stakeholders, residents, and elected officials. Existing and future analysis occurred in spring, along with the development of potential improvements. A draft report will be distributed over the summer to stakeholders for comment and input, and the final draft is expected in August of 2020. The geographic scope of the study includes all of Main Street and North Main Street in Brockton, which is approximately 5.2 miles from the West Bridgewater line in the south to the Avontown line in the north. Main Street and North Main Street are under Brockton jurisdiction, except for the portion south of Sergeant's Way, which is under state jurisdiction. The corridor is a two-lane cross-section, except for the section south of Kmart Plaza to West Bridgewater Town Line, which is a four-lane facility. Main Street and North Main Street are classified as principal and minor arterials, which makes them the entire corridor eligible for federal funding. The Hayward Avenue Main Street intersection experiences poor peak hour level of service, or LOS. Under existing conditions, there are very long delays on the Hayward Avenue side street approach, an LOS of F. Vehicles on the Hayward Avenue approach have long wait times, as there is a lack of adequate gaps in the Main Street traffic to allow vehicles from Hayward Avenue to enter Main Street safely. Traffic volumes meet the Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices, or MUTCD, threshold for signal installation, which is recommended for this intersection. Future analysis shows improvements in delays at this intersection with signal installation. The recommendations at the Main Street, Perkins Street, South Street intersection is to upgrade traffic signals timing and phasing. Under existing conditions, the pedestrian phase shows simultaneous yellow and red on all approaches. It is included with every cycle, whether pedestrians are present or not. This wasted time in the cycle could be reallocated to the vehicle greens on the intersection approaches if pedestrians actually buttons were present. The intersection is a high crash location with 38 crashes occurring in the last 3 years and a crash rate of 2.41, which is more than 4 times the state and district average. The recommendations for Main Street at Nielsen and East Nielsen Street is to install traffic signals. The intersection crash rate is 4 times the state and MassDOT district bike average at 2.34 crashes per MeV. This intersection is on the MassDOT top 200 crash list. In addition, this intersection experienced a fatal crash in 2012. Existing and future no-build level of service is at LOSF with stop sign control. However, the future signalized level of service is expected to be LOSB for AM and PM peak hour service. Peak hour traffic at the intersection meets the threshold volume cited in the Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices for signal installation. The recommendations for the Main Street at Forest Avenue Martin Place intersection is to install traffic signals. This intersection has a high crash rate, more than 3 times the MassDOT District 5 and state average. Existing and future no-build level of service is at LOSF with stop sign control, and future signalized level of service is expected to be at LOSB for AM peak hours. Peak hour traffic at the intersection meets the threshold volume cited in the Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices for signal installation. The recommendations for the 6 signalized intersections in downtown Brockton is to coordinate the traffic signals and to ensure signal face visibility by installing overhead signals at all intersection locations. For more information on the city's plans to convert Main Street in downtown from a one-way to two-way, please visit the Brockton City website and follow the link to the Economic Development and Planning page for the Brockton Downtown Planning Study Report. The recommendations for the North Main Street at Oak Street and Howard Street intersection includes improvements to signal timing and phasing. The signal timing and phasing should be reevaluated to include a longer all red phase and a left turn arrow. Signal face sometimes referred to as a doghouse. On the eastbound and westbound approaches to provide drivers with critical information when the movement goes from being protected to permissive. City-wide corridor improvements include evaluate improved lighting for vehicles, pedestrians, and bicycles, replace all signs with manual on uniform traffic control devices compliant retroreflective signage, restripe faded pavement markings, upgrade signal timing and phasing and coordinate signals where possible. Corridor-wide bicycle improvements include improved bicycle accommodation at specific locations, add striping for bike lanes, cycle tracks, bicycle parkings, and sharrows where appropriate. If you have further questions or would like to submit some comments, please get in contact with Ray Garino, Principal Transportation Planner at the Old Colony Planning Council. His phone number is 508-583-1833 extension 212, and you can also email him, and his email is rguarino@ocpcrpa.org. And thank you for watching this presentation.